This episode was made possible thanks to Natalie, who thinks nothing is ever her fault, and to Chantel, who says she has fully healed her heart, but the moment anyone says, Pedro, has an emotional breakdown. Thank you, ladies. Welcome back, my Panda pals. Let's dive into the deep end of Season 4's The Single Life Tell-All Part 2. Now, before we get all wet, I just want to let you guys know that this is not actually a 5-part tell-all. Thank God. This is only going to be 3. You can thank Poe for giving me the wrong information. I am kidding. Or I'm not kidding because she did actually misinform me, but do not at her. We love her. With that out of the way, sit down, buckle up, and let's all go for a ride. We continue where we left off with Chantel. Last episode, we briefly touched base with Chantel, who told us that she was still in contact with Yiannis and she could not wait to see him again. Debbie, Tim, and John took up most of her 7-minute segment to criticize and basically slut-shame her for the way that she carried herself in Greece, and Chantel tries to defend herself by saying the way she behaves is her prerogative. Sean welcomes Chantel's mom, Karen, onto the stage.
Hi. Hey, girl, hey.
Do not look so shocked, Miss Debbie. Karen has got one juicy caboose. I am sure a lot of people are looking at it, wishing they could tap them like bongos. Sean asks Karen what she thought of Chantel's divorce trip, and she says that it looked fun and was absolutely necessary for a woman who was stuck married to a guy like Pedro for as long as she was. Debbie responds by saying that they as mothers should teach their daughters that they are more than just sex objects.
My daughter is more than a sex object. My daughter has intelligence.
But that's your daughter.
Yeah.
We're intelligent women.
Right, but that's just
we
what I
also
said.
love our bodies.
Now, I get where Debbie is coming from. She does not want her daughter to be objectified and seen merely as a pound of flesh owed to men. However, I do believe women should be proud of their bodies and they should not be shamed for expressing themselves through whatever clothing they choose to wear or choose not to wear. Because in my mind, Debbie's argument is that if women dress more modestly, then men will not objectify them. But the men who are out there treating women like they are sex objects are not doing it because of what they're wearing. They're doing it because they do not respect women and do not see them as people. So you can go on wearing whatever the hell you want. Misogynists are gonna misogynize. Tyree jumps in to voice support for Chantel, and I agree with everything he says.
She was hurt still from the divorce, so I think it's just kind of a way to make her feel sexy and wanted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We revisit Chantel's burgeoning relationship with Yiannis out in Greece, and Miss Debbie is just forcing a smile and trying to fan her anger away, because you know she's getting heated watching Chantel just be in absolute salute.
Are you still in touch with Yiannis?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chantel says that she is proceeding with caution because the feelings that she feels for Yiannis, she's felt them before, and that turned into a debacle of epic proportions. But Yiannis checks a lot of her boxes. He's successful, he's adventurous, and she's pretty sure she felt a sizable endowment in his pants. She goes on to talk about how his body's so nice, he has abs and dreamy eyes.
We're looking for the intellectual capacity and the ability to trust, honor, and respect.
Miss Debbie, a man can be loving and respectful while having abs and a monster schlong. Hard to find, probably, but do they exist? Absolutely.
It's the abs and the eyes that are gonna bring her in so she gets to know him in his head and heart.
Debbie goes on to argue that Veronica is in the same boat because she was attracted to the idea of the whole package, and she's still sitting over there single as hell.
And it's like, we want.
Tim, shut up. You are also still single. Debbie continues to say that you cannot focus on a man's tinky winky, and Chantel says that she can't help wanting something she's never had. Sean goes on to bring Yiannis into the conversation, and she asks Karen if she has any questions that she wants to ask him. Karen asks him an onslaught of questions. Do you have siblings? How old are they? Did they get along with your previous girlfriends? What is your football schedule like?
Mom, please don't. Please, please, please. Mom.
Karen tells Yiannis that if he plans on coming to the States, he better secure his own damn visa, to which he says that he would never expect anyone else to cover any of his travel expenses. Sean asks Yiannis when he's planning on visiting, and Yiannis says that him and Chantel have been talking about plans for some time in the future.
Yiannis, do you have any plans to visit Chantel in the States?
We will try to make it as soon as possible.
He says that he does not like making promises, but that if he says he's gonna do something, then it is 100% going to happen. Which, Yiannis. That is also called a promise. Yiannis says that it is very difficult for him to find a break from his soccer schedule to plan a trip to the States, and it would be easier if Chantel just came back to Greece again.
Do you need a visa to come here from Greece? I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
He should have checked that out already.
And he doesn't even know if he needs a visa?
Whoa, whoa! Why don't we put our titties back into our dress and calm down? Depending on where they are in soccer season, it really might not even be worth looking into a visa right now because soccer season in Europe is like almost the whole year. It's like 9 or 10 months. If it's January and I can't feasibly see you until October, I'm not gonna look into a visa until like August. Yiannis is not a bad guy for trying to see if Chantel has more flexibility in her schedule for a visit.
I'm wondering if I'm worth it to you to come here.
Clearly not. Zero effort. Zero effort.
Tim, shut up. Your last girlfriend had to literally beg you to peck her on the lips.
I don't think he's making Chantel a priority.
You know, I don't think we should attack him. I still consider this connection new.
Sean revisits the start of Chantel's trip, which Yiannis is viewing for the first time. And in the clips, she's making out with that stranger on the motorbike, and she is just breaking down sobbing about Pedro.
That was kind of hard looking back at that, right? What were you thinking?
As much as I am trying to heal, it still hurts.
Chantel gets very overwhelmed with her emotions, so she walks off stage and Karen goes to follow her, and Chantel says that talking about the past is just really embarrassing. Sean asks Yiannis if he feels Chantel is not ready for a relationship.
Do you feel like Chantel is not ready to be in an exclusive relationship?
He's not ready. Thank you for saying that, Sean.
Tim, shut up, okay? We get it. You can talk. You can stop now. Tyree asks if he even wants a relationship with Chantel, and Yiannis says that with Chantel, he knows she's not 100% ready, and he would be lying if that wasn't contributing to his hesitation with wanting to visit her.
Which is understandable, I think. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. So what do we do now? Because he just broke up with her, but she wasn't here.
They are not dating Veronica, and again, he is not a bad guy for wanting to give this woman who clearly needs to heal the time and space to heal. Chantel comes back and Sean asks Yiannis to tell her what he just admitted to the rest of the cast.
Coming out of marriage, you need some time to get over it. I know that is the best thing for you, so you be ready 100% for your next relationship.
She says that she disagrees with his assessment and that sometimes healing comes from exploring new relationships and that you kind of have to fake it till you make it. Which I do agree with, kind of. I think dating around in order to bounce back, get your confidence, and feel desired and sexy, like that is a valid way to heal. I just think your rebound guy shouldn't necessarily be the guy, you know? And Yiannis is definitely looking for a woman to marry, and he does not want that woman to need him to fix her, which, that's fair.
Am I ever gonna see you again? Even if I'm not healed by your definition?
Of course.
Taking a quick break, we'll be right back.
Thank God.
You would not be so tired if you did not say every thought that ran across your little brain.
Let's switch gears to Natalie.
Natalie starts off by telling us that LA did not exactly turn out the way that she wanted it to. It is crazy expensive, and the film industry is incredibly difficult to break into if you do not have people helping you get in from the inside. After revisiting her breakup with Josh, Sean invites Josh to the stage, and he gives Natalie a kiss, and she responds pretty coldly. Josh tells us he doesn't exactly know what's going on, but Natalie and him are still close and are still friends. So close, in fact, that she spent the night yesterday. Sean then invites Caesar and Debbie to the stage, and Josh looks like he wants to toss Debbie into a well so deep that it ends up in hell. Sean asks them to clarify their relationship for us, and Josh says that Natalie and him did indeed break up, but after a while, Natalie got into a car accident in the car that he bought her, and she reached out to him for help, which led to them reconnecting.
Do you consider Natalie your girlfriend, Josh?
No.
I wouldn't sleep with him. He has no intention of a relationship with her.
Mama Debbie chimes in to say that Natalie still hasn't seen the inside of Josh's home in LA, and everyone blows up asking what in the world he is waiting for after 3 years of being with her.
This is pretty simple, right? He has feelings for you, but he's not gonna marry you.
Oh, I hate agreeing with John, but I agree with John.
He is really hoping he wakes up and the things he don't like has changed.
Yeah, but that's
and
not
then
gonna
he
happen.
would wife her up.
Oh, I hate agreeing with Tim, but I agree with Tim. Josh elaborates by saying Natalie really has gotten more understandable, but she still has these meltdowns, and he does not want to introduce that into his home and to his daughter. Natalie pushes Josh to please list out his problems with her because she's confused.
What our problems are?
I'm not gonna just air out your dirty laundry of like what I
Why
think,
dirty
you know?
laundry?
Like,
No, why?
Natalie keeps pushing him, so he says that fine. One thing on that list is her jealousy. He tells us that he took her to a very nice, very trendy hotel in LA.
and we were waiting to go up the elevator, and these two beautiful girls were next to us, and they looked at me. That was it.
Natalie blew up at Josh. She was so mad at him and said, "Why did you bring me to a hotel filled with prostitutes?"
No, I never said it. I never said it. Josh, why would you say things like that?
Girl, you literally asked him to air out your dirty laundry. You cannot be shocked when he does exactly that. Sean then goes on to show us some never-before-seen clips of a conversation that Josh had with his friends and business partners, Peyton and Ty.
I got all of the statements from the accounting team. There's multiple transfers to her directly.
He's been giving her money from company accounts? In the clip, Peyton goes on to say Natalie's very demanding, she's needy, she's rude, and she's basically ruining Josh as a person. And they say Natalie is a project, not a relationship, and it would be really great if you could date someone that was complete.
Calling me names and insulting me for what? Being loyal to you more than 2 years?
Ma'am, they were not insulting you. They were criticizing you based on the impression you left on them. They said you were demanding, needy, and rude because you are. Those are not insults, those are facts. Natalie goes on to talk about how difficult life in LA has been. She's alone, no one will give her work despite how many agents she meets or how many auditions she goes to. She has to pay $2,000 a month for rent and she has no job.
I would never come here. Why would I come to insult me? To make question marks? What's going on? Who we are to each other? Why I'm in LA?
I love how she's putting all of the onus on Josh. She's not getting auditions, she's not getting parts, she's going deeper into debt, she has no friends, and it's all Josh's fault. Girl, have some accountability. If you're not getting auditions and you're not booking jobs, that is completely on you. You chose to enter in an industry that is very reliant on networking and knowing people on the inside. And you keep saying you have zero friends, which is proof that you are not networking. And as for the rest of it, going deeper into debt, having no job, like those things don't magically disappear the moment Josh decides that he's gonna marry you. Sean invites Ty and Peyton onto the stage, and she asks Peyton if he stands by his earlier assessment on Natalie.
Needy and demanding.
Why are you talking about her that way?
I'm going to be straightforward about it. If you want me to sugarcoat things a little bit, I can.
I really like that. I'm a straightforward person, but I can sugarcoat it for you if you need me to. It's like a subtle burn, and I appreciate that. Peyton goes on to say that Natalie, she has so many things that she is passionate about that a lot of the times that can get in her own way.
You described Natalie as being passionate,
Yeah.
but you called her needy.
Yes.
You're saying two different things.
So Debbie, I think, is trying to say that he's contradicting himself, like Natalie can't be both passionate and needy, but they are not mutually exclusive, so yeah, she absolutely can and absolutely is. Both of those things center around love, but they have very different underlying motivations. So passion is love that is rooted in like a genuine interest for something or the desire to engage in something in a meaningful way. And neediness is also love, but rooted in insecurity and needing reassurance and validation from an external source. In other words, neediness will drain that battery, whereas passion will charge it up.
How did you feel when Natalie ended things?
From a business perspective, it was good because he was more available.
Sean asks Josh why he is paying for Natalie's lifestyle when he doesn't even consider her his girlfriend.
It seems like she wants like a real, genuine relationship with you, but you're giving sugar daddy vibes.
Josh tells us that he actually told Natalie that he does not want to be her sugar daddy, and Ty jumps in to say Josh is a kind, giving, and very charitable person. That does not mean he should immediately be classified as a sugar daddy.
You don't get to go to the house, you don't get to meet the kids, you just give the sex and get the dollars.
Josh is giving her money, but sleeping with her, but won't commit.
Natalie completely misunderstands this as everyone basically calling her a prostitute, and things kind of go off the rails for a little bit.
No, I'm not teaching.
Okay, Natalie.
First of all, no, it's not gonna happen.
What he means.
No, explain
it's
yourself.
Not what he
I
means.
deserve respect.
Yes, you do.
They so messy. I have to say, I think Josh does actually like Natalie. I mean, you don't keep going back to that shit show and putting money into it because you don't like it. And I think he's in the green for not wanting to introduce his daughter into all of this craziness. However, at a certain point, you gotta let her go for real and just try to find someone else you are willing to commit to, even if they do not change. Because it is not fair for either of you to be stringing her along, hoping that one day you wake up and she's wifey material. That is all for today, my Panda Pals. Thank you so much for joining. If you are not subscribed yet and you like my content, you want to see more, be sure to click that subscribe button and come join this Panda party. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride and be sure to stay tuned for next time. Bye!